All right, I'm setting up for a really cool experiment right now. We're gonna do the verification on the sand and the water and the cold electricity going through it. So we have our oscilloscope set up right here. We have our power source, our ZVS, our Tesla coil. We have our rod down the center, and we have our rodent coil set up. Now, at this point, all we need to do is look at what we need. So I have just simple water here, some wire connectors, I have the light bulb, and I have the bowl here. Now this right here just has two little pieces of copper on it, basically just to be able to connect the electrode to. And then we have some all-purpose sand here from Home Depot. So I'm going to put the sand in here, and then I'm going to connect this thing all up. So as you can see, we just have our two electrodes here. Let me move the sand out of the way. Now, we're going to take our light bulb here, and I simply want to connect this end here to the light bulb here. That's the only connection we're going to have on that. And then let's connect up our rodent coil now. Put our water aside. And we'll just connect this right here to the other side. Not a big deal, we're going right through sand. We have our water put to the side for now, and we're gonna go ahead and start this thing up. Now, for our safety here, we'll turn on our thing. We're at 12 volts right now. And then we're going to turn on our ZVS here. We can see right now we're resonating 429 to 431, so it's not bad. Again, it just goes through the rodent coil in order to smooth out the signal so that it does not push back on our Tesla coil. Now, we can see right here that we're conducting a little bit. Now, I'm going to turn off the lights real quick for this next part and just show you what happens. Okay, let's check for energy here. We have just a little bit in it. Again, we're at 12 volts. So let's see what happens when I pour the water in. Look at that. As soon as we poured the water in, the light bulb lights up even brighter. And our hand is no longer affecting the light bulb. Now let's see if we can increase this. Right now, we're resonating just fine. $426, so we're right in the ballpark of where we need to be. We are at 12 volts. Let's simply increase that. We are now at 18 volts and we picked up a lot of light. Now we're at 30 volts and it's lighting up super bright. We'll go ahead and go back down to 10 and show you the difference. Right there is at 10 volts. Right there is at 30. We can absolutely tell that the water and the sand is necessary in order to get this thing to conduct right through it. And it has no problem when turning up and down the electricity of pulling it through the system. Now that we've shown that the water can actually conduct with sand, let's change the experiment a little bit. We have this clear plastic tub. We're going to expand the experiment by putting more sand in here. Then we're going to put water in here. It's plastic where this is glass. We're going to see if it's going to affect the whole overall experiment or not. So, let's fill this up with sand. Now we have plenty of sand. Give me a minute and I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of water to this. Now that we filled this thing full of water, you can see that we have plenty of sand in here. And we're just running into the plastic. There's no glass in this one. Again, there's our glass one. Here's our plastic one. We're just going to set up our light bulb now. We're going to put that just over here to the side. And we're just going to place our electrode in here. Now, we'll place this electrode here from the Tesla coil, Rodin coil setup, right in. We're going to turn off our light and see exactly what we get to. Move back just a little bit so we can get a good look at our light. As we can see, nothing's lit up right now. We haven't turned it on. We are at 10 volts. As we can see, it lit right up. So let's take a look real quick. Our lights lit up. It's going through there. It's actually pushing without it even connected. That's cool. Now with it connected, it's even brighter. Let's look at our setup. Still going through everything normal. 11.1 volts. And we're resonating at the correct frequency. So let's try this again. Seemed interesting. Let's see exactly how much this thing has in it. That's not lighting. There it goes. Now that it's lit, it'll stay lit on there. That's interesting. Let's see if it scales. Again, we saw it at 11 volts. Let's go ahead and turn it up. That right there is at 20 volts. Let's go to 30. That's even brighter. Okay, we'll go back down to 20 now. Let's see if we just can't hook in another light. Move this back a little bit. We have another light bulb here. We'll connect it. Turns on right on top of it. And as you can see, once we put it in the mud, or excuse me, into the sand, lights up brighter. Just like that. Now, let's see if we can do it again. Now we have all three lit up. Seems to continue to build. Let's turn up the power. Right there, we're at 30 volts. It seems that I can put as many light bulbs in here as I want to, and it'll continue to work. So is it water? Is it the sand? Well, I could tell you the water gives you a certain value, but the sand adds to it because we're resonating the silica. So, does it matter that it's glass that it's in? And the answer is no. By putting that on top and it lighting up, it isn't as bright as it would be if you put it over glass, but it is still lit up. So, is the glass holding some capacitance in it? Yes. Yes, it is. But does it still work when you put it through the sand and the plastic? Yes, it does. So, pretty interesting experiment, and it works perfect. Here's a little bonus content for you. You see it's all lit up. We're at 14 volts. Just want you to watch. It's cold electricity. Do not try this with hot electricity. Now let's turn it up. We're at 32 volts. Let's take a look. It's interesting. There you go. You see my hands in the water. Immediately brighter when I take it out. There you go, Gerald. A little bit of confirmation on exactly what you were saying. Lights up on the other side. Just takes away a little bit of the brightness.